Thursday baseball, the final game of the penultimate series of the season for Tampa Bay, and a chance to not only win a game, but win a series and a season series against an AL East rival. That's right, final game this year between the Rays and the Orioles.
We see Cade Povich, who had the home opener, Ben, and now has the home closer.
A home closer, making his 22nd appearance in his final start of the season, which will be his 20th. 3-8 record, ERA is shade over 5. Hopefully he will finish strong here in 2025.
Jake Mangum stepping in to lead off here against Cade Povich.
Hit on the ground of the hole. It's short. Henderson dives, can't get to it, and it's a base hit for Jake Mangum.
And with the leadoff man aboard here is Yandy Diaz.
A breaking ball grounded back to Povich. He bobbles the ball. It sits on the mound, and he still gets the out at first. So good job to at least keep his composure and get one out of it as Mangum takes second.
Yeah, that could have got sideways in a hurry.
His 3-2 is skied to shallow right field. Jeremiah Jackson trots into it, and Mangum has to hold at second.
That's a really nice 3-2 pitch, too. Just on the outside edge.
Scooped out to left center field. Hit fairly well. Cowser to his right. Makes the catch a few feet from the warning track. And the inning is over. So a couple of flyouts for Povich in the first.
Well, Drew Rasmussen making his final start of the season. That will be start number 31. Outstanding year, all-star, 10 wins, an ERA of 2.80, that outstanding whip at 1.01.
It'll be Dylan Beavers to bat first.
And is out on strikes right here. That pitch worked its way to the corner, and strikeout number 1. On the ground, shortstop. Carson Williams up and out with the throw. 2 up and 2 down.
An infield single for Henderson to keep the Orioles in this first inning. And Ryan Mountcastle to hit here with a man on.
Mountcastle with a weak ground ball to short. Gunnar will have to wait, or maybe not. Carson Williams airmailed it, and the Orioles have 2 on 2 ground balls. That did stay in play, so it's first and second with 2 down.
And the runners take off, throw down to third, gonna get it. He is out at third base. Henderson cut down, trying to pull off the double steal there. And the bases are loaded with a double and back-to-back walks.
Very uncharacteristic, obviously, for Drew. And now with a lot of work to do. I know he's down here at the bottom of the order, but bases loaded, nobody out, back-to-back walks, and not a surprise that Kyle Snyder would pop his head out.
And a strikeout, 97. Rasmussen, it's a much-needed strikeout, and bases remain loaded with 1 out.
Struck him out swinging, 2 down. Another fastball, not as elevated as you might think, too. Just in on the hands. 2 men retired.
Back-to-back strikeouts of hitters 8 and 9 in the Orioles order. But now you get up Dylan Beavers, a good contact hitter, which is key with how hard Rasmussen throws.
The 3-2 of the runners going. Line to first, caught by Seymour, and Rasmussen is out of it. The Orioles do not score after bases loaded, nobody out.
So 3 hits have loaded the bases with 1 out in the third and a scoreless game.
Seymour to third. Yandy up to second base, and Junior Caminero has a single.
Now they need to get someone to cross that home plate. Haven't been able to do that. A lot of traffic on the bases, no runs yet.
Povich looking for something on the ground from the bat of Christopher Morel.
There's a line drive over the head of Westberg and up the left field line. Seymour will score. Yandy Diaz will cross the plate. Into third goes Caminero. It's a double for Morel, and he comes through to put the Rays on the board and give them the early lead here in the third.
Morel is able to get the barrel out around it, was not fooled by the change of speed at all. And boy, oh boy, the Rays hitters this second time through the lineup starting to hone in on what Povich is doing.
And now it's second and third and 1 out. The Orioles will bring the infield in. Richie Palacios, who walked on 4 offerings his first time.
Going after the first pitch, sending a fly ball to center. Cowser sets up to make the catch. Tag at third. Caminero heads to the plate. He will score standing up. It's a sacrifice fly by Palacios, and the Rays tack on their third run. Well, Rasmussen gets the first out in the third, and Kevin Cash is on his way to the mound.
Career highs for Drew Rasmussen here in 2025 after coming off of the 3rd brace elbow surgery. 31 starts, 150 innings, That's why we went out there, Dwayne. Get that one last out.
2-2 from Schultens to Mountcastle. Mountcastle slashes one to right field, and it's gone. That got out of here in the blink of an eye. A line drive laser the other way for Ryan Mountcastle to the flag court, and he puts the Orioles on the board in the home finale.
Ryan Mountcastle with the extreme opposite field bid that we have ever seen off the bat of Mountie. Screaming up the right field line, just stayed true enough to get out of here, and the Orioles are on the board. Number 7 on the season for Ryan Mountcastle, a 2-out strike.
One gone, none on for Kobe Mayo.
Into short center field. And that, going out there. How about Tristan Gray?
What an amazing catch. Tristan Gray rolling right out of bed and making this catch. How about that? I mean, you talk about a tough angle. Over the shoulder, over the top of your head.
Gunnar Henderson give him a 2-hit day. And the Orioles place the tying run on base here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And so here comes Mountcastle, who so far has accounted for the only run.
Through the right side, that's a base hit for Mountie, and Henderson will take second. Beavers is in, and Ryan Mountcastle in his home finale this season has driven in both of the Oriole runs.
Boy, that's the approach that is money for Ryan Mountcastle right there.
Home run to right, RBI single to right. And it's now 3-2 Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, the Rays put 2 men aboard. The walk pushes Palacios into second. Williams at first.
And it's 2-1 and 1 out, but the Rays up a run, and here is Tristan Gray.
And it's lined up the right side. That's going to be fair. Back into the corner below the 318 marker. Palacios will score. Here comes Williams, and he is out at the plate. He tried to get in head first, and the Orioles cut him down. The Rays with the run from Palacios.
Carson Williams tried to come around third and tried to score. Out of the corner, Jackson to Mateo to Alex Jackson applying the tag to cut down the runner at the dish.
That's the day for Cade Povich.
Yaramil Geraldo will come in after the 9-4-2 out at the plate.
And it's Bob Seymour, the batter.
Liner into right. That's going to be a base hit. Gray's going to score. An RBI single for Seymour, his second hit. That run charged to Povich. The Rays with a 5-2 lead now.
Try to get down and in, and it looked like with a breaking ball underneath the hands. And credit Bob Seymour for doing just enough with it that he could muscle it into the outfield. That's a big 2-out run.
The bases are going to be loaded here for the Rays in the 8th inning. Cortez at third, Williams at second, and now Gray at first, all against Rico Garcia.
So singles from the 6, 7, 8 guys, and Bob Seymour, the number 9 hitter, who's got a 2-for-3 day going.
Foul tip, strike 3. Got him on a 2-2 offering, which dove to the knees. And a big strikeout for Garcia at a time where he needed it.
One down, bases loaded for Jake Mangum, who's 3 for 4 today to get within an eyelash of 300.
And Mangum swings and misses. He got changed up to death there.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Can he do it again in another air bender to the outside part?
Line drive caught by the second baseman Mateo. And despite 3 straight singles to start the top of the 8th, strikeout, line out, and we remain where we are. And Jeremiah Jackson give him a 2-hit game, a single and a double. And now the Orioles are going to bring the tying run to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
2-2. He strikes out here, and the ball gets away. That'll bring in Mountcastle. So it's a wild pitch. Jackson to second, Cowser to the dugout, Mountcastle home, and it's 5-3.
All right.
Rays leading it by a pair, and after that strikeout from Schultens, that is going to be the last batter that he faces.
New pitcher for the Rays, Kevin Kelly, enters in, and they'll be facing Kobe Mayo. They will let him hit here. They have some left-handed opportunities perhaps on the bench, but they're going to stick with Mayo.
Kobe Mayo jolts one to deep left field to tie the game. Before you could even say Kobe Mayo, an absolute laser beam, and we are all new in the home finale.
Oh, I love it, man. You talk about an ambush, huh? First pitch he saw sitting on that fastball, and he got it. And the big fella got those hands in tight to the body on that sinker. What a swing that was.
And in this final game at Oriole Park in 2025, Guess what? They've got a tie ball game at 5 in the last of the 8th.
We head to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Kevin Kelly hoping to send it to extras.
The Orioles trailed this game by 3 runs twice. They have never led. Dylan Beavers! Absolutely destroyed! The first pitch of the last home game of the season in the bottom of the 9th. Dylan Beavers, demolition derby. The Orioles close Camden Yards for the season with a walk-off home run.
It was a year of trials and tribulations at home, but it ends well with the Orioles winning it today 6-5 over Tampa Bay. They win their final series at home, and they take the season set against the Rays as well. Homer from Mayo tied it, and on one pitch in the bottom of the 9th, the homer from Beavers just won it.